All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. We have some very exciting news that we'd like to share with you from WTOL 11. We've entered into an exciting partnership with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, and this summer we're going to be unveiling the St. Jude Dream Home Giveaway. More on that coming up in just a little bit, but I want to introduce you some friends. These gentlemen here, we have Mike Fay and Todd Kapling, all here from WTOL 11. We recently all took a trip, gentlemen, down to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We want to inform our viewers a little bit more about what we came back with this experience. So Mike, I'm going to start with you first. Tell me a little bit about this experience that you had with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital down in Memphis.
You know, it really was one of the more incredible experiences that I can remember. You know, you don't really get it until you're there. You can be told you're going to have that moment where you get emotional, and it's you have more than one, really. Incredible, just the vibe is so positive, and couldn't be happier to go. It was really wonderful.
Similar thoughts for you as well, Todd?
Absolutely. It's one of those things that you hear so many positive things about the hospital, and until you're actually there and you see the families and you see the things that they do and the extra care they take at the hospital with, I mean, as far as things the smells in the air and then the way they paint the walls and the wagons instead of the wheelchairs, and just all the details and all the things they do. It's amazing. It is life-changing.
It is amazing. It is life-changing and it's important to note too as well with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, no family that stays there ever receives a bill for any treatment, for the lodging and for the food and the time and the medical treatment that they spend down there at the hospital. This does help and benefit children right here in Northwest Ohio as well. I've worked with several families that have benefited from the care in St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Mike, what was one thing that surprised you that you didn't anticipate going down there?
I think just how positive everyone was. I mean, from the people who were helping the children to the kids themselves, it's amazing how inspirational it was. And it's a place where, listen, a lot of these kids are dealing with some very serious things, and to have that level of hope, positivity, it's an amazing thing that they do.
I think, again, for me, it was the lengths that they go to make everybody that's involved comfortable, not just the patient, it's the parents, it's the siblings, it's where they put them up for housing. It's just the lengths they go to make everybody comfortable and to have it be, like Mike was saying, a positive experience when you'd think with something going on like that with your family, it could be how difficult it can be. They try to take as much of that out of it as possible. And
yeah, very difficult and challenging time that these people are in, but you're right, the positivity that was experienced just walking through the halls, interacting with the doctors and the researchers that are literally leading the future in how we fight and treat these life-threatening diseases and cancer in children, really was inspiring to see that, and the positive attitude was really present from, I think, the moment we walked in the doors, and really gives us perspective on life in general and what we may be dealing with on a daily basis. A lot of people realize it, too. The name Danny Thomas, when it comes up, has a huge connection to this area. And for those that don't know, Danny Thomas was a boy that was raised here in Toledo, Ohio. On a prayer, he made that pledge to St. Jude that if he made it big, that he'd give back big time. And I think he gave back pretty big. Talk a little bit about the local connection, Mike, too, and what you've learned about Danny Thomas and his roots here, and why people should continue to support this cause here in Northwest Ohio.
I just think that people from this area should take a tremendous amount of pride in the fact that Danny Thomas is from this area, that look at what a man from this area has started and built, and it's fascinating. And it's all for an amazing cause, and it benefits kids all over the world. And here specifically, we saw kids from everywhere.
And I think, again, it's about the fact that no family pays a bill when they go there, and speaking to the research part of it, they share that research with any hospital across the world, and they're all about helping as many families and patients as they possibly can, not just from Toledo, but anywhere else they can. So the fact that so much of it can come back here, even though it's in Memphis, Tennessee, is remarkable what Danny did, and as big as it's gotten and where it's gone, it's amazing.
Yeah, I'd like to think, guys, this has come full circle from Danny Thomas and growing up here in Toledo and that dream that he had to do something big. I'd say that we've all seen that materialize in St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So how can you continue to support the hospital, and how could you see something very excited headed your way? Guys, we're really happy to unveil the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway here in Toledo. So that's bringing this full circle now from where Danny Thomas was raised back here to Toledo to help support this great cause and the hospital. So this summer, we're all going to have a part in this, and you could be really on the lucky end of a receiving ticket, or winning ticket, we should say. St. Jude Dream Home with Slasky Building Company is being under construction right now, and you're going to be able to see it this summer, and tickets will be available for this one. Why should somebody support a cause like this, again, here with the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway in Toledo?
Just because of where the money goes. There's no reason not to. You could potentially win this amazing home. They're doing a great job building it. We were out there a couple weeks ago and saw how fantastic it looks already. And this money all goes to benefit these kids, to benefit this research. It's win-win. I mean, it sounds cliche, but it's win-win. There's no reason not to do it.
Right, it's one thing that we've heard routinely throughout this process is it's for the kids, and every dollar goes back to the hospital, and it is completely run by fundraising. And just because, again, it's in Memphis, Tennessee, doesn't mean that folks here in Toledo can't benefit from what is being done. And the cool thing about it is you have a chance to win a house, and there's some other prizes as well that are going to be in as far as early bird and other stages of the process. So, yeah, as Mike says, it is a win-win. There's no reason to not do it.
So this home is valued at approximately $400,000. We're going to be selling tickets with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital at $100 a piece, and they're going to go on sale exclusively here on WTOL on May 18th. So set your calendar for that one. More information, too, on the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway will be on WTOL.com and on WTOL. I want to thank our guests for joining us today and for the wonderful words that you guys had for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital.